Hey everybody, today we are back for video number 3 on making the arrows for my Black Widow bow. Today we'll be assembling the arrows together, gluing the feathers onto them, and maybe we'll do a couple test shoots, but we'll see when we get into it. Alright, so to start the video, I guess I'll do a little compare and contrast. We already finished half the arrows, so we're going to use the other half to demonstrate how to do it. So here is an unfinished arrow. Obviously no feathers on it, pretty basic. And then you have a finished arrow with the dyed feathers on it, exactly the way I wanted them to look, and then the undyed cock feather for it. So that's what the rest of these in this little mount here are going to look like after we're done. Alright, so this little mount that we're going to use to glue the feathers on has like this little bottom piece here that turns, and let me get the camera in there. That little cross piece, you have to put the nock of the arrow into there so it sits the right way. So you just slide it in there like that, and then they all sit up like this. Alright, so you want to take one of the feathers and use one of these clamps here for the left wing feathers and fit it into there. Push the feather all the way up to the quill against that clamp. Make sure just the quill's out like that. You don't want to see any of the feather itself. If you see a real tiny bit, it's fine. But then you want to just put glue all along the quill here, and then you can see these little tracks. The clamps fit down into these tracks, and it lays the quill of the feather right against the arrow, just how it needs to be, like that. And then you just let them sit for about 5 minutes, and then you'll just have to put on the other feathers the same exact way. So we got to do this to 6 feathers, so 18 times of clamping. All right, so for the glue we're using, I don't know how well you'll be able to see this. It's Fletch Tight, Fletching glue. So just like before, you just want to put this glue down the quill of that feather. Obviously, it doesn't have to be a whole bunch. If you don't get a bunch on the first time and they start kind of bending off the arrows after you give it about 5 minutes, then you can just put a little bit more glue on there and re-clamp it. So after your glue's on there, you just want to slide the clamp down into its little track there, and just like that, you can see how the feather is right up against the arrow, and you just have to let that sit there for about 5 minutes or longer if you want, and let it dry. Alright, so once you think you've waited long enough for your feather to set on the arrow, you want to go ahead and take your clamp off and see if the feather is on there correctly, which it looks like it is. If you have like an edge piece or something that maybe isn't on all the way, you can put another little dab of glue on there and just fix it up. So once you're sure these are set and done, then this little thing down here, you just twist it 1 notch, and it'll twist the feather, and then once it's to its next spot, should be there, then you just do the same thing, but we're going to do it with the red feathers now. So you guys have already seen how to do this spot, so I guess I'll show you after they're finished. Alright, so after you've waited for that set to dry, they will look like this. So it's got the regular cock feather on there and one of the dyed feathers. So now we have to do it one more time for the last flight feather, and that'll be it. Alright, so after you've done your last set of gluing the feathers on, then go ahead and take the clamps off, and the arrows should be completely done. They look very good. The thing you can do is on the ends of the feathers, put a little extra glue on them, just in case, you know, you blow through a target or hit on something, they could peel up. So just put a little bit extra glue on each end like that, and then let that all dry again. So it just kind of gives it a little bit more defense on getting torn up, I guess. And that's that. Do that on all your arrows. All right, my new dozen arrows here are done. We got everything glued on and they're looking mighty nice. I think I will make another video on testing these, just because why not? So there will be another one of those. Yeah, look forward to that. All right, everybody, I think that's gonna do it for this little series for making my new arrows for my Black Widow bow. I might add another one, part 4 of testing it. This video didn't end up having it in there, but I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for all the support. Like, comment, sub, share, all the good stuff. Catch you in the next one. See ya.